thank you everybody for clicking on this video. You want to get better at art just like I do, and I will be telling you some tips and some tricks and some strategies that I use to get better at art. And first up is anatomy. I started with drawing people. Actually no, that's a lie. I started by drawing Pokemon. I copied Pokemon and then eventually got into drawing these things that you see online. Eventually copying Vex, eventually getting into whatever these things are called, and then I tried getting into realism, and then I landed on digital art after watching Jazza art competition, and then I learned anatomy. I think the best way to start learning art is anatomy. I don't know, I think you should start drawing people, but you know, it doesn't matter. Draw whatever you want. People who I recommend for anatomy is sinix. Sinix really goes in depth with each body part, the shapes, like easy ways to draw them. I also could recommend proko. Proko, he doesn't go too into depth because he has a course that costs money, and you know, he has to make money from the course, so he's not gonna go too in depth. So yeah, and one thing that I do for gesture or anatomy is I look up gesture drawings. Gesture poses, and then it shows like a slideshow. They give you like 1 minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes to 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Or no, it's not like that. It's 30 second, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's how I think, but don't quote me. And what you do is just draw them in that amount of time, try to do your best, and eventually you'll definitely improve. So yeah, I really recommend that. Just look up gesture poses for drawing. It will show up. There's a lot of them. And next up, we got environments, the best part of digital art, the reason why I got into digital art. And who I recommend is Evidence. He has a name, I'll put that on the screen, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. That's out of my vocabulary, and he's really good at like explaining lighting and just how big lighting works, because you know, environments are big. And one thing I do to practice environments and get good at them quickly is I look up on Google photography, like landscape photography. I just pick one. Don't get intimidated by the millions of photos. Just pick one. It doesn't matter. You'll be happy with it probably. And I just draw it. It's really fun because you sometimes get something that you wouldn't be drawing and it turns out really good. Like I'll put up this one and this one. Yeah, and next up is color and lighting. I could literally spend hours and hours on just coloring a smiley face in the sun. And who I recommend for this is Marco Bucci. Also, I have a video on that and I think it's pretty helpful, but I'm probably gonna make another video because I think I can make it better. And yeah, Marco Bucci's really good. His art's really good. Also, just for inspiration, I'll give you someone for inspiration. Samuel Smith. This dude could make anything look like it's in a Pixar movie. He's amazing. Oh my. He has a course, but that costs money, so you can't mess with that. And yeah. And last thing for color, simply go outside, try doing that, and once you're outside, look around you. Look at how the shadows are casting. Maybe even trace the shadows, trace the light, whatever. But notice how the light's bouncing off like that car, like the leaves are casting a shadow, or like how other colors are bouncing onto other colors. I feel like that helps. Just observe nature and how the light works in nature. I do that all the time, and every time I go out, I do that. It's not like boring for me. I like it. So yeah, last thing. This is the hardest thing. No artist likes this. Every artist fears of this. Burnout. Burnout. So this happens with everything. This can happen with baseball if you play that for some reason. And this happens with like I don't know, basketball, football. It happens with everything. Burnout, like, it's just a lack of motivation. And when I get burnout from art, I simply just take a break, do something else. Because if I'm going to force myself to do that and I'm not enjoying it, I'm eventually just going to hate it, I feel like. So that's my advice. Just take a break if you're getting burned out. Chances are, if you really like it, you'll come back in a few weeks or a few days if your burnout's that short. But yeah, that's my advice for burnout and motivation. And one more thing, consistency. Don't just draw a bicep for 10 hours. Don't just spend 10 hours drawing a bicep for like the next 10 days. You're gonna hate it. Like, try to make art enjoyable. Like, some people push themselves with art. Like, I remember I used to spend like 3 hours in the summer of just drawing like torsos and poses and stuff, and I started to hate it. I started to hate art. I took a break, liked it again, and did stuff that I thought was enjoyable and that I liked, and I'm getting better, and I feel like it's working. Of course, if that's fine with you, but that's my advice. Thank you for watching the video. Please make sure you subscribe and tune in for my next videos and be a part of my 54 subscribers and counting. See you later. Cue the outro.